Good afternoon. Welcome here to Netwatch Cullen Park in Carlow for this gala day in the hurling calendar, the new but already very popular Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge. We have 5 finals here today. We'll have 3 of them live streamed here throughout the afternoon, so do keep an eye on this section and keep an eye on GA Now and the official GA page as well. 5 different links throughout the afternoon. The games 4 and 5 will not go out live. They'll go out at 9 o'clock tonight. We'll keep you updated throughout the afternoon. Beside me I have Henry Shefflin, who is Bank of Ireland Head of Franchise. I think his exact title, Henry. But that's not really why you're here, of course, although you're a Bank of Ireland man. Great Kilkenny hurler. Huge day, Henry. I know you've been a supporter of this competition, both as a hurler and as a Bank of Ireland man.
Yeah, no, I suppose, Liam, you know, I work at the bank, I suppose, as you said, but first and foremost, I'm a hurling man, so I think the great thing about this competition is that it's development of hurling. You know, I'd love to see hurling played all over the country, and the great thing about this competition, it gives everyone the opportunity. There's been over 150 games. Every county has participated. I think it's the only competition in Ireland for hurling where every county is involved in it. So it gives everyone an opportunity, and it's great to have the finals here in one day today. A great setting for all these young players, up and coming talented. And look, I've travelled the country. You go to pockets of areas that you wouldn't think of hurling areas, but they're more passionate about hurling than any of us down in Kilkenny are. So it's great for them to get the opportunity to come here today as well.
There are some novel dimensions to this as well. Interchange players, up to 10 per half per team. Game weighted rather than training weighted. It all happened in about 6 weeks. So the ratio of training to game was 1-to-1. So a very intensive carnival of hurling, really.
Yeah, but I think it's the games to training ratio is the big thing for me that stands out, because I think one of the issues for us now is that there's too much training, especially at the senior county level, and not enough games. And I think the great thing about young players, they're playing a lot of sports, so let them off to play a lot of sports, but don't have them training the whole time. And I think that's the great thing about this competition as well. They train once during the week and they have a match at the weekend, so and it leads up to today as well.
The feedback also in the way they've broken up the counties in some places, so some of the stronger counties have sub-teams, like Galway Maroon are playing here today. So there's a chance to sort of even up the weight in some ways, you know, like in a horse race, to handicap it so that everybody has a chance.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like there's no Kilkenny team here today. I was just talking to Noel Skeen, who was involved.
Crisis, Henry, is it? Crisis?
No, I wouldn't say crisis, but I think it's great as well for the Roscommons, for the Armagh, who we're going to look at here now, to get the opportunity to play against a Kilkenny team, you know, because they don't get to that on a higher level. So I think that alone is very good. But I think, and as well as that, as you said, it's interchange players. Everyone gets a game. And when I remember when I was 15, 16 years of age, I remember standing in a club match where we had 3 substitutes. I was one of those substitutes. Little did I think I was going to go on and achieve as we did with Kilkenny. So I think the great thing about this is that it gives everyone an opportunity to play, and it's a great initiative.
Okay, Henry, we hope to talk to you throughout the afternoon as well. Thank you very much for joining us. That's the great Henry Shefflin. And Liam Sheedy is here as well too, former All-Ireland winning manager of Tipperary, and like Henry, a Sunday game pundit. And Paddy O'Neill is here as well. We're going to bring Paddy in as well too. Just swing around this way, lads. Paddy, the chairperson of the Hurling Development Committee. Going to start with you, Paddy. This is a huge initiative by the GEA, a hurling promotion initiative. It's got a lot of novelty about it. It doesn't feel like a traditional hidebound GA competition. It's free, it's easy, it's got new structures, new rules in some ways.
Absolutely, yeah. We decided 17-year-olds was an appropriate age to try a few new things. So we do have things like the Best and Fairest Award, which is awarded to the player selected by the referee and the match officials, player who is most skillful and also shows respect for himself and the opposition. We have an interchange system whereby teams can bring on unlimited substitution, which we think is really important at this age, that lads aren't left sitting on the bench. We have an innovative scoring system where you, in the group stages, you got extra points for scoring goals and so on like that. So, but the main feature of it, I suppose, is that teams are being afforded at least 6 games in the group stages. They have an opportunity to develop, and the big feedback we're getting is the absolutely massive improvement in teams when they're getting regular games.
Liam, of course, you're, like Henry, a Bank of Ireland man and a hurling man, head of Bank of Ireland in Munster. A huge hurling day, as I've said to Paddy. Great to see so many teams here, and not just counties, but parts of counties are playing, like Maroon, Galway. I think your own county split up as well, Limerick. a new way of doing things in many ways.
Yeah, no, look, it's fantastic. I guess, certainly I think every child treasures the chance where they get it to represent their county. It's a pivotal moment in their career, and I suppose sometimes at minor level you probably don't give that exposure to enough of players. So the Celtic Challenge it's all inclusive, really. It gets right across the island of Ireland. Everywhere is involved. It's great to see the northern counties getting to the final stages here today. We're about to start here now with Armagh and Roscommon, and again I think a day like today will be long remembered in not just the kid themselves, but also for their family and for their friends and for the club and for their parish. So a huge amount of pluses to it, and something like the Celtic Challenge just might be the catalyst for this child to go on and continue playing what I would consider to be one of the best games in the world. And if the Celtic Challenge does that to a numerous amount of these kids, I think it's certainly a great initiative. And just to compliment Paddy and the HDC, I think they've done a fantastic job with this initiative, and I can see this competition going from strength to strength, and I think today even is another step up in what the competition was last year.
The reality, Paddy, is in many counties young people might be in a predominantly football county. Tipperary is a very good example of where both sports can coexist. But for a young fella at 17, maybe his decision to persist with football or stick with hurling a little bit longer may be made easier by something as innovative as this.
Yeah, and that's why we were very, very keen that this competition would be run off to the highest standards, that it wouldn't be just a blitz day or it wouldn't be just a knockout, that they would get that regular series of games. We also have a very, very good social media package going with the competition, because that's the space that young people live in, and they've really bought into that, and Facebook and all the rest of it. And I think what you're trying to create is a product which is very, very attractive. So as you say, if it comes to a choice between sports, that they will realise, well, hurling is a game, as Liam said, which is a game which is hugely enjoyable, but also that it is being produced and presented in a very, very professional manner. So we wanted something that would be exceptional and that would really tie them into the game for years to come.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. Hope to have you throughout the afternoon, maybe, if you're available. Thank you very much, Paddy and Liam. Thank you. Liam Sheedy and Paddy O'Neill. They're busy men today representing the Hurling Development Committee, of course, in the case of Paddy, and Bank of Ireland. In the case of Liam, of course, well known as All-Ireland winning manager with Tipperary. And I'm going to hand over now to our match commentator, who is Killian Whelan. Both teams are lining up behind the band. Armagh versus Roscommon. Back to you, Killian.
Thanks indeed, Liam, and very good afternoon to everybody, and welcome here to Netwatch Cullen Park. And we're just watching as the parade takes place here at Netwatch Cullen Park for the first game in our coverage here, the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge. And this, of course, will be the game that will see Corn Michael Feery played for between Armagh and Roscommon. They march behind the band from Finglas this afternoon. And of course, just to reiterate, this game will be played over 30 minutes, 15 aside. The interchange will take place with a maximum of 10 per half, and only during a stoppage in play and with permission of the interchange coordinator, who's watching the rectangles that have been painted here on the sidelines. But that, of course, allows every opportunity for all the players that are listed here this afternoon to take part. Armagh then will number of changes on both teams to start off, but it's practically going to be impossible to keep an eye on all of them, so we'll do our very best. But number 17 is starting for Armagh today. That's Kieran Donnelly. And just looking at the rest of the team, they seem to be everyone else as selected, whereas with the Roscommon there are a couple of changes. Roscommon team will see Adam Donnelly in goal. It's Fergal Hoare, Jack Donnelly and Joey Cullen there in the full back line. It's Matt Comfort in wearing 7. He will be in the right half back position. Wearing 5 will be centre back Jack Lohan, and Luke Corbett wears number 22. Dermot Tracy and Paddy Gannon, they fulfill the jerseys of the midfield pairing of 8 and 9. Oisin Kelly is 10. Andrew Flood will be on the 40 wearing 11, and Oren Walsh will wear 12. And then in the full forward line, changes there as such with number 19 Michael Kelly. He will be starting today. Number 6 James Cuniff will line out at full forward, and Keane Murray will wear the number 15 jersey. But of course these jerseys, I believe, were given to the lads at the start, I was told, and it's kind of like the squad rule, so the numbers of jerseys don't necessarily mean the positions that gentlemen are going to play. So we're almost ready for the action here as the Finglas band take them around one last time before the referee Richie Fitzsimons of Offaly gets us up and going here. Armagh have never competed in a national underage final, so a big achievement for these young men, of course, who are under 16, under 17, and they are guys who are not involved in state exams, which finished up, of course, yesterday. For all the junior cert and leaving cert students who might be out there, congratulations on getting through it, and it's all done and dusted for you now. But these guys here today are representing Roscommon and Armagh. Similarly, 6 clubs represented on both teams. Cullen, Naomh, Darragh, Love Darragh, I should say, Nafina. We've also got Naomh Mucka, and down along the line Sean Tracy's as well with Crave Arua. And then with Roscommon, 4 Road, St Dominic's, Atleague, Treman, also Porrick Pierce's in there with St Dominic's as well with Roscommon Gale. So those are the clubs represented here this afternoon as we wait on everything to be thrown in. So Richie Fitzsimon is just checking that things are okay and good to go. He's gone down to his umpire, I think, just to give him a couple of slitters so that we can keep the action moving. But coming into today, these teams have put up formidable scores, so we'd expect to see a number of those scores got here today. And Richie Fitzsimons of Offaly throws the ball in, and the game is on, and it's Roscommon pair that gets stuck in straight away with Dermot Tracy and Paddy Gannon. Goes back to Jack Lohan. Lohan then giving it off to Matt Comfort. Comfort told him where to put it, but ball has been scooped up and taken away by Tiernan O'Neill. The Love Darragh man hits the ball into space, but it's Roscommon who look to send it on its way with Jack Lohan. But that's a good block down there by the Orchard County men. The Orchard County will attack the scoreboard end here as ball is played into the number 15, Oisin Murphy. He's son of Mihal, the manager, and the referee says though it was touched on the ground, and that's going to be a free in for Armagh, so an opportunity for them into the scoreboard end here at Netwatch Cullen Park. Over on my left hand side, as you can see, after just 50 odd seconds or thereabouts, Armagh have this opportunity, and it's Fionn Donnelly who's going to come up and take this. The Collection Hills off to the left hand side of us as he strikes this and puts it over the bar, and it's a score there for Armagh in the early stages here after just a minute and 11 seconds. It is a score there from a free by Fionn Donnelly, so good point for him as ball is poked out. And trying to get on this ball for Roscommon is Oran Walsh, the captain of Roscommon Gales, but it's Armagh that break out with it here, and it's convincing enough clearance down the field now, looking for a bit of movement. Armagh having to battle against a bit of a breeze, and a strong enough breeze when we were out on the pitch before the throw-in, and it's Roscommon that have flicked that ball away, and it's going to be a sideline cut here for Armagh that Donnelly will come across and take. He seems to be the man to go to on the dead ball situations. He flicks it inside after hearing a shout there from Kieran Donnelly of Cullen, knocking this ball long, but he's knocked it to the right and wide, so first wide goes to Armagh. I have to say, Netwatch Cullen Park resplendent here, pitch in fantastic condition for these games, and a bit of heat I would imagine during the past week has dried out an awful lot of pitches, but nice coat of grass here, and it should be conducive to good hurling as trying to get on this ball. Armagh again turning over the puck out with Tiernan O'Neill, the Love Darragh man, trying to keep that ball in, but the sideline ball has gone there to Roscommon, and the first opportunity really for them to get inside maybe the scoring zone. Number 22, Luke Corbett of Porrick Pierce's, will take this sideline cut. Looking for a little bit of movement now inside. He doesn't connect with it really well though, and it's Armagh that are going to clear that there with Tiernan O'Neill down along the wing, looking for a bit of movement, and he gets it here out of his centre forward, Steve McKerney. McKerney with good stock. His brother Connor plays senior hurling with Armagh as the ball is knocked into the middle where it's a dangerous ball, but Armagh have coughed that up, and it's Roscommon going to clear there with their number 7, Matthew Comfort, knocking it down along, but it's Armagh that cut it out, and still Roscommon can't get inside the Armagh 45 at the moment. There's a bit of loose play there, and it's picked up though instead by Fionn Donnelly. Fionn giving this ball off, but it's being cut off there by Jack Lohan. Low and then getting the ball inside. So Roscommon, first time inside the Armagh 45 now with 3.5 minutes gone, and it's good movement here out of James Cuniff. Cuniff flighting the ball across. He likes it. Does the umpire? Yes, he does. And that's a good score from a very, very tight angle there from a young man that definitely knows where the posts are. That score going the way of James Cuniff. And it's a point apiece here in the early stages. Hopefully you're enjoying the action here in all 5 games here this afternoon, live with the action through local streaming. That ball has gone wide down at the far end, so a wide for Roscommon straight after that point is a bit disappointing. So let us know where you're listening on all the social media platforms, as this puck out comes from the O'Hanlon's end, effectively known here in Netwatch Cullen Park. O'Hanlon's a club that won a Leinster Senior Football Club title one time. But the ball has been cleared here away as Roscommon tried to get in on the attack there, and this clearance has been followed on by Armagh, but it's well cut out there by the man wearing number 22, Luke Corbett. Corbett looking to get inside there, the attentions of Conor Renahan, and he's still going, but the linesman says that that's going to be a Roscommon ball, and the mentor on the sideline as well telling the linesman no doubt it was a Roscommon ball. So maybe a better chance now for Corbett to get a cut on this one. Didn't do too well with the first one. Got a better cut on it this time, looking to knock it into the man that got the score. Cuniff was looking to advance. He's pulled it across the goal, but the referee has called things back because he saw a foul on him there. So an opportunity now for Roscommon to go in front here. So couldn't get inside the 45 for about 3.5 minutes, and all of a sudden they've been camped in it now for the last couple of minutes. And the chance here, it looks like stepping up will be Oisin Kelly. He's the man that does all the free taking for them. Kelly from Porrick Pierces. So a bit of taking of time here. So just setting himself up here, a point apiece, as he sends this up and over the bar, and Oisin Kelly gets his scoring up and running. We'll expect to see him on the scoreboard a lot today. So chance to come then with the puck out from Adam Murta. Adam, only 15 years of age, youngest man on the team, representing Cullen of Armagh City, but it's the break working out for Roscommon, and they send it long now, and this could be dangerous in on top of Cuniff now. We've got to be careful here, but the Armagh back seem to have dealt with that well, but it looks like it's going to be gone out for a 65. And I think, I have to say, that should be a 65. The flick of the hurl there was by Dara Murphy, and he is son of selector Gerard Murphy. And Richie Fitzsimons, the referee, spotted that it should be a 65, and it's going to be such. And this ball knocked out long. So play a little bit bitty now in the last minute or two, and it's going to be Oisin Kelly who's going to come out and take this. A long ball in that Cuniff was underneath, but it looked like it was dealt with by the Armagh backs, but maybe just a little bit of a strong hand by Dara Murphy, and it went out over the end line for a 65. So this opportunity then to come for Kelly, sends it high and handsome, but has it tailed off? It has, says the umpire, and that's 2 wides now for Roscommon, 1 for Armagh, and on the scoreboard it is Roscommon 2 points to 1. We're tuned into the Bank of Ireland Celtic Challenge finals here, taking place in Netwatch Cullen Park in Carlow, and it is the corn Michael Feery, as Roscommon returned this with a little bit of purpose, and it's corner forward Cian Murray that has a chance at that, but he's a man that likes to get in for goals. He went for a point there, and that ball though tailed out to the right and wide. So puck out already on its way, moving there from Adam Murta, but Roscommon get up and disrupt that again, and it's a bit of movement here now out of their number 7, Matthew Comfort. Comfort has to go backwards with it and give it to Kelly. Kelly looking inside now for a little bit of movement out. Cuniff could be an opportunity to lay the ball off, but he goes for the shot at the post, and he's put it over the bar. That's an excellent score there from James Cuniff. He's got 2 points already, making it 3 points to 1 here for Armagh. Probably the best score of the game so far. And opportunity to poke out. So sending this ball down along the wing. Looking to cut across on it. Both Armagh and Roscommon going at it, hammer and tongs here at the moment. Breaking between Fionn Donnelly and also his opposite number, Dermot Tracy, getting in there, also being busy in there as well as Sean McGuinness. And it's Armagh to come away with it. The referee says that it was a foul and it should be a free in. So the free to come here now for Armagh, and it's Fionn Donnelly. Coming up on 9.5 minutes gone then, so an opportunity for him after getting the free originally to send this on its way into a window, and it's coming across though, dropping short though on the edge of the square. Hand goes up, breaks for Armagh. Opportunity still there, pinging him. Diving in around there is Conor Renhan. Renhan though is blocked down and blocked well by Corbett. Ball breaks out and it could be Armagh still. Going to be a shot there, but it's again blocked down. Renhan didn't get full connection on it, but Armagh still are looking to turn it into something. Stephen McKerney looking to go left and right, then flicks it inside, but Armagh may have overcooked it, but no, they haven't. Ball is back out there. He thought of pulling it on the fly there with Tiernan O'Neill. He's dropped it in around the house though. That wind is significant enough, and it looks like Roscommon have dealt with it though, and it's going to come out from the backs, and a good relieving clearance there. 3 points to 1 it remains. Armagh though seem to be able to deal with the Roscommon breaks though and pick up on them. Trying to come out with it here now and get his hand on it is Kieran Donnelly. Cutting inside though is Oran Doyle. Doyle giving it off, but Roscommon cut it out and purpose with it behind it. Jack Lohan sends it off down the field on top of Caniff. He's in behind, he's caught it, trying to get a shot. It's in the net, it's in the net. Long ball clearance. Armagh should have possibly had a score at the other end. Long clearance there from the number 5 Jack Lohan. Caniff was in underneath it, caught it well, turned and put it to the back of the net. Oh, lovely sidestep as well, shortened the grip and put it to the back of the net. Lovely score there, you'd have to say, from the man who's the danger man. That's Caniff. He's got a goal and 2 points already, and Armagh now tried to get back on this game as such. 1-3 to a point, and that looks like a lovely score over on the far side that came, and trying to G his men up. Lovely ball that was transferred down along the field. Roscommon just fell asleep a little bit, and a lovely score there from Fionn Donnelly. He's already got a free, and now he's got a point, and a lovely point came over from the far side of the field, and it's 1-3 to 2 points now. So coming up on 11.5 minutes gone. We have a bit of a pep in this game now. With lovely goal again. We might get to see it again at half time. It was a lovely goal taken by Caniff, getting inside his man. Maybe the Armagh defence won't be too happy that a smaller man in stature, Caniff, was able to get his hand on that ball, but the shorten of the grip and little sidestep, and he put it beyond Adam Murtagh in the Armagh goal. So 1-3 to 2 it is then. 12 minutes gone. Ball is up along towards Sean McGuinness. McGuinness of Nafina looking inside, looking for some opportunity, but there's plenty of Primrose and Blue back there. Ball is knocked up along the line now, trying to get on this ball over on the far side. Michael Kelly, with the Porry Pierce's man, has been fouled, and physio heading to the far side just to check on him. Of course, plenty of action here this afternoon. Don't forget, coming up at 2:20 we have the Corn William Robinson with Down and Dublin Plunkett. At 4 o'clock it's the Corn John Scott with Antrim and North Cork, and then we won't have live coverage, but they will be available online from 9 o'clock this evening with the Corn Michael Hogan. That should be a cracking game between Galway Maroon and South Tipperary. That's at 5:40 throw-in time if you want to make your way here to Carlow, but as I said, will be available later on as along with the Corn Jerome O'Leary, which is Carlow and Limerick South East, and that game is at 7:30, but those last two games will be available on all our channels from 9 o'clock this evening. But we will have 3 games live, and we continue here with Armagh and Roscommon. 1-3 to Roscommon. Armagh 2 points, and a free from Kelly. Likes to get plenty of backswing on that and dropping it in. It's a dangerous ball. taken away just at his knees from the goalkeeper, Adam Murta, and he had to be alert to that. That ball dropping in again on top of Caniff and a few of his other forward partners there. But Murta had to get down on his knees and flick the ball away. And Roscommon are causing a few heart-stopping moments in and around the Armagh goal at the moment. So out for a 65. And a chance for Kelly again. Oh, this young man who is their free taker sends this ball good, nice and high, and with the wind behind him has put that ball over the bar, and that's a fine score there from Oisin Kelly. So free in a 65 along with the goal and 2 points from James Caniff. Those scores for Roscommon, 1-4-2 in the break there, working off now for Roscommon. Trying to get forward on that ball there was Oran Walsh, but the referee says that he was fouled, and it's going to be a free in. Oran Walsh, the captain from Roscommon Gales, got onto that break very, very well from Dermot Tracy. And a chance now for Kelly to follow up that 65 with another free. And Roscommon now just pushing out the wind advantage here at the moment. Coming up on a quarter of an hour gone. Bends down to this, scoops it up, gives a good height, and it's on its way, and it's over the bar from Oisin Kelly. So puck out to come again from Adam Murta. Murta's long clearance knocked down again by Oran Walsh and picked up this time by Paddy Gannon. Gannon of Four Roads looking to get forward. The referee says it's out over the sideline, and a chance of a sideline cut here at 1-5-2. Cut going to come from now Fionn Donnelly. Donnelly of Love Darragh has the free and a point to his name. Looking inside, but the Armagh run's not happening now as they were in the opening stages, and breaking out with that is Jack Lohan. Lohan looking inside, but Armagh defence look to have let that slip. Ball has been moved out by Caniff there, looking for a bit of support play. It was coming from the number 11 Andrew Flood, the Porry Pierce's man, coming down into the far corner now, looking to get one of his teammates on the possession there, but Armagh seem to be there in numbers. Caniff trying to get in and make himself busy. Coming around the house now a little bit, Roscommon on the top of the D, going to have a shot at the post. That would be a fine score if it went over. Umpire has taken his time, but he has made sure that that ball has gone wide. 4 wides now for Roscommon. It's 1 for Armagh, and on the scoreboard though it's where it counts. Roscommon leading by 1-5-2. Struggling with Armagh in the early stages, but have got to grips with things now. Again, ball has been returned with a little bit of purpose there by Oran Walsh. Inside, Caniff has fallen to the ground, but the referee saw nothing in that, and stepping outside, Adam Murta, and laying this ball off out into the middle though. Expecting to get on his hand on that was Kieran Donnelly. Donnelly, the Cullen man, does and sends it up the field, but Armagh not there in numbers. Roscommon are, and they're able to deal with this easily and get it out here to Luke Corbett. Corbett though has to sidestep 3 or 4 Armagh men as he sends it over onto the left hand side of the field now as they attack the Dublin Road end, I suppose, here of Netwatch Cullen Park. Ball is going to be sent with good gusto by Matthew Comfort between the posts, and that's a fine score on 17 minutes here to send that over the bar from about 64 metres out. Matthew Comfort of Porry Pierces gets a fine point after Roscommon had turned over another Armagh attack, and that's where they're struggling now at the moment. It seems to be in the middle third of the field for Armagh. Dealing relatively well with things in the defensive, but it's from around the half forward line that they're struggling to maybe get a little bit of possession into the full forward line. Here's an opportunity now, might develop. Ball is played down along the wing here. Oh, that's a lovely rob, you'd have to say, by Fergal Hoare. The St. Dominic's man did that expertly well. He gets the ball down, and it's Caniff now on the 45, looking inside, going to have a shot. He likes it. Oh, that's a great score, a fantastic score. Expert play by Fergal Hoare. He delivered the ball then long, and Caniff out in front of his man, and James Caniff took one look over his shoulder and he split the post for a goal and 3 points at the 1-7 so far after 18 minutes. Ball over on the far side now, and Roscommon really starting to grow into this game, but they're making most of the wind. They're a team definitely know how to get goals and score plenty of points as well on their run to this final. only suffered one defeat, and that was to the Galway Tribesmen. And of course, they went on to compete in the higher reaches of the competition then. But here comes Armagh, an opportunity for them. Could be an offload here. Possibilities maybe accruing for Oisin Murphy. Murphy looking to bend down and scoop this ball up, looking for a little bit of attention as well and help from Conor Renahan. Opportunity maybe to have a shot, but the Roscommon men got tough when they needed to and stepped back as well just to see the opportunity drop short. And Roscommon are now on the attack, being urged on by the crowd here that have travelled, but a good Armagh crowd here as well that made the trip down early enough to Carlow here. As Armagh deal with that, as Caniff tried to get on it, and it has been cleared, trying to get it into the hands of Fionn Donnelly, but Donnelly has been blocked down, but he's using a bit of his size there to get in and disrupt the Roscommon man. Richie Fitzsimon's happy to let this ball move on, and it's still trying to get on the ball now. Roscommon, two men coming to blows there together from the same side as Luke Corbett, though uses his strength to muscle his own man out of it and then take away the attentions of Darragh Murphy and deliver this ball. Caniff now looking for it, but this time getting out in front is the Armagh defence back there. The number 5, Oisin Richards, coming out there and able to deal with that, and that Roscommon attack has come to naught. It's going to be a free out over on the far side. Armagh mentor in, just urging the men to keep going here. Bit of water being taken on by the guys. It's a warm enough day here, not as warm as obviously earlier in the week, but it is warm, and humidity levels probably a little bit higher as Roscommon deal with that ball down the field by Armagh, and Matthew Comfort has earned himself a free. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kelly comes back all this way to have a go at it. The full-back, Jack Donnelly, whose brother Adam is in goals for Roscommon, is coming out and telling Kelly to go in. But then Kelly obviously says, no, I'm taking responsibility of this. And there's going to be an opportunity now to knock this in around the house. But from his own 65, Oisin Kelly, that's a fair knock on that ball and dropping in, and Armagh break it down. They've got to deal with it, but Roscommon are getting in there. Going to be an opportunity to have a shot. It's put between the posts, is it? Yes, it has. That's a fantastic score there from Roscommon. And obviously Oisin Kelly knew what he was about, but Armagh had the opportunity there. It broke though off, and Cian Murray was in the right place at the right time from a tight enough angle, the Athletic Tremaine man, to put that ball over the bar. He is a goal scorer, we know, through the early stages, but he's put that ball between the posts to make it 1-7 to 2 points then. This, of course, the Corn Michael Feery between Armagh and Roscommon. And we are about 8.5 minutes to half time with Roscommon dealing with the breeze here at the moment. So sideline cut then by Roscommon over on the far side, taken. But Armagh turn it over, and it's a lovely double on there by Oisin Hughes down along the line, but no, his teammates weren't reacting to it, and Roscommon, with a little bit of I suppose confidence growing, have pushed up a little bit, and there's going to be a shot here by Oren Walsh, the captain, dropping though out to the right and wide. 5 wides out for Roscommon. Definitely Armagh are struggling to get beyond the half-back line of Roscommon, who, as I said, because of the confidence of getting ahead by 1-8 to 2, have definitely pushed up, and that's squeezing out a bit of room for Armagh to exploit, and trying to keep that ball in play was the Armagh number 7, Oren Doyle, but unfortunately he set up Paddy Gannon to have an opportunity to flick that ball in, but that's gone out to the right and wide. 6 on the count, the wide count, and Armagh looking to take a short puck out to maybe gain possession, and they've got to be very, very careful here, and the look works out for them there, and breaking out with it now is Kieran Donnelly. Donnelly looking around now, ball is blocked down, but it might work out here for Fionn Donnelly, looking to flick the ball across here, going to be picked up by Steve McKerney. McKerney's inside, Donnelly now has a bit of room in front of him, goes have a shot, oh! That would have been an absolutely spectacular effort. Goalkeeper, a full flight, ball was heading to the far corner, and it's just fizzed out to the left and wide. What a shot that was opportunity maybe to see it here again, doubling up and making a move with McKerney. Fionn Donnelly, space opened up. He could have maybe taken it another yard or two, but he had to have a shot at it because the Roscommon back was chasing him down and just out to the left and wide. What a goal that would have been. 1-8 to 2 points it remains in. 23 and a half minutes gone. Ball knocked long. Could work out here now for Roscommon. Tried to get on it here is Cian Murray. Murray coming in from a tight angle now. Being chased and harried all the way here. Stepping in. Oh, a lovely bit of skill to get outside his man. Look at it come inside. Murray has a shot and then after all that puts it out to the left and wide. What a lovely little bit of skill there to flick it over the Armagh defender as the ball is knocked out. Armagh win probably one of their first puckouts from their own, because Armagh have been turning them over in that department in around the middle, but they've given it away. But Armagh have won it back, so turnovers aplenty there in the early stages. Ball across the field now, looking for a little bit of movement here, maybe out of Oisin Murphy. Of course, he the son of manager Mihal. Looking around him, flicks the ball over his shoulder. Looking to coming forward was Oisin Richards. Referee says he was fouled, and I think he got a nudge in the back there all right, and it's going to be a chance here for, I'd imagine, Fionn Donnelly to narrow the gap that little bit, and Armagh need one or two scores here before half time to maybe just give themselves a fighting chance. That breeze is significant enough though, as we'll see. Maybe if this ball goes over the bar, you can see the tricolour and the Carlow flag over the scoreboard are blowing significantly down towards the Dublin Road end, and Donnelly doesn't connect with that, and the goalkeeper bats it out. Oh, off the line, taken dramatically off the line. It's still flicked inside, and one of the Roscommon backs that just couldn't identify him there got that ball at point blank range after his goalkeeper had made a little bit of a mess up of it. And was it the Donnelly brothers there reacting? Let's have an opportunity to see it there. Donnelly's free, dropping short. Donnelly came out and flicked it. It was flicked back inside expertly, and it was then flicked along the line, but it had taken off just by a whisker off the line by the Roscommon backs there. As the ball is over on the far side now, is Armagh again sensing maybe a little bit of an opportunity to put Roscommon to the collar, but that ball has gone out to the right and wide. A missed opportunity there maybe for Oisin Murphy. So the scoreboard remains 1-8 to 2 points, and you'd have to say Armagh have had 2 goal opportunities in the last couple of minutes. Ball breaks down, but it's Roscommon underneath it. Ball is delivered long there by their number 9, Paddy Gannon, but Roscommon have been fouled there, and Richie Fitzsimon's judging that a little bit over robustly winning that ball back there was fullback Dara Harnett. Harnett, one of the standout men for this Armagh team in getting to the final, but he's judged by the referee to have fouled the player there, and it's a free in for Kelly, and you can't imagine he's going to miss, judging by his target so far. And Oisin Kelly brings his tally to 4, 2 frees, a 65 and a point from play, and that brings the scoreboard on then to 1-9 to 2 points. Heading towards half time there, using the body well over there, trying to win that ball back was Oisin Hughes, and he's involved in the play then to send this ball long, but he's asking an awful lot of his full forward line to try and come out and win it, and that's part of the problem for Armagh. Ball is not going through the half forward line too well at the moment, and it's a long range effort there from Andrew Flood, dropping it in and dropping it over the bar. That's a fantastic score there from Andrew, getting on to a bit of a break, and the Pádraig Pearse's man following his clubmate Oisin Kelly in getting on the scoreboard. In fact, 3 Pádraig Pearse's men on the scoreboard now: Matthew Comfort, Oisin Kelly and Andrew Flood. But I suppose the standout has been James Caniff with a goal and 3 points. So a ball went over the bar, makes it 1-10 to 2 points. Ball breaks out of that puck out, and that's primary possession not working for Armagh, and jinking and jiving was Oisin Kelly in an effort to put that ball over the bar, and he has been fouled, says the referee. So free in here now for Oisin Kelly. Don't forget, coming up later on at about 2:20, I see a few Dublin and Downheads appearing into Netwatch Cullen Park. That game coming up at 2:20. It's for the Corn William Robinson. Mike Finnerty will be your commentator for that, as this ball goes up and over the bar from Oisin Kelly. Another free for him, making it 1:11-2. Minute and a half remaining then to what maybe will be half time. Don't imagine there'll be too much injury. Haven't seen too many interchanges taking place here either, but that all can happen in the blink of an eye on the break of play. So we'll identify them as best as possible when they're on the field of play. Play continues in movement here now with good clearance there by number 5 for Roscommon, Jack Lohan. Lohan giving it off here now to Murray. Murray looking to step inside, got a lovely point already. Ball is played in low. He was looking to get it across the square, and maybe it was the right idea because there was 2 Roscommon men coming in strong, and Roscommon still have this ball now. Ball is flicked out here, taken well by Dermot Tracy, touching Kelly. Kelly looking to come in from a tight enough angle with the shot, dropping it in. That's a fantastic score from Oisin Kelly. He's bringing his tally now on to 6 points, joining James Caniff with 1-3. Fantastic point from play after Roscommon turning the screw now a little bit on Armagh. It's going to ask an awful lot of them, and Kelly here's in space. There's another shot off the post. It's rebounded. 1:12-2 points, heading towards that half-time whistle, and it needs to happen for Armagh. Maybe needing a score now just to give them something to aim at going in here. Their first national underage hurling final. Ball is back into the hand here. It's going to be a shot in from Andrew Flood, dropping it in, but it's dropped to the right and wide. 8 wides for Roscommon. But on the scoreboard, they have 1:12. And we're into that added time now. The puck out coming from Adam Murta. Murta over to the far side, looking for the big hand there, maybe of Oisin Hughes, but the ball has been knocked out off a Roscommon hurl, and it is a sideline cut over on the far side of the field. Dr. Cullen Park, formerly known, of course, now sponsored by Netwatch. Resplendent in sunshine here, as Armagh play that ball in field, but the 2 number 11 come into blows, and it's the Roscommon number 11 that wins out with Andrew Flood. Flood, though, has been turned over by Fionn Donnelly over on the far side. Armagh looking to come forward, but it's Corbett looking to break out. Lovely little stick work there by Oisin Kelly. Knows how to play the nice little skills as well as take the scores as ball breaks, and it's going to be picked up again by the aforementioned Oisin Hughes down along the wing now, looking for something. Armagh maybe just before half time, could be an opportunity to break inside. Armagh looking to drop this ball in, could be dangerous, but Donnelly's going to just let it out over the end line and wide, and that ball maybe should have went through the hands there. So 1:12-2 it is, and referee Richie Fitzsimons of Offaly has seen enough for this opening half. Then it's a half that started so well for Armagh. The opportunity for them that saw them get the scores early on, but James Caniff with a lovely goal, and he was to build on that with points. But when Armagh threatened to maybe get forward with a goal opportunity of their own, a Fionn Donnelly effort about 7-8 minutes ago, Oisin Kelly has really stepped it up from a Roscommon point of view, and a couple of frees and a lovely point from play has ensured here that at half time Roscommon are going in with a sizable lead, 1:12-2 points. Let's head down then to Liam Horn, and he's been joined by Henry Shefflin.
Thanks very much, Killian. Well, Henry, you watched that first half very intently. Some great scores by Roscommon.
Absolutely, man. Magnificent scores, Liam, especially some of the out the field. And once their confidence got up, I think they started to pull the trigger a little bit more. But no, they were very impressive. It's maybe your viewers won't see, but there is a strong breeze there. I think Roscommon were cute enough. They obviously put James Caniff in edge of the square to use the advantage of so he's one of their main players. So obviously they put him in. He got the goal. He got a couple of great scores. One great high ball there. And as I said, they've really took the initiative there. Unfortunately for Armagh, they needed a goal, I suppose, and they had 2 great opportunities. Very unlucky with one chance, and the other one was cleared off the line. I think if they got that, it might have given. But I know in the last 5 minutes their heads kind of dropped a little bit. So I suppose the management will be up to them to try and resurrect them a little bit for the second half.
There was an incredible scramble for one of the Armagh chances in the goal. The defender performed heroics to keep it out. Yeah,
no, it was, and as I said, Armagh really needed, but it was just at the moment they're not getting the break of the ball. But to be fair to Roscommon, they're very, very impressive, and you know, some of the high feeling, especially, I've been very impressed with that, and the use of the ball as well is very impressive. But as I said, Roscommon have definitely playing with confidence for younger players as well, 16, 17. If your confidence kind of goes, it's very hard for you to get it back. So I suppose that's the trouble for Armagh at the moment, while Roscommon are playing with full confidence.
Will the breeze be a factor, do you think?
I would hope so, yeah, but you know, Armagh probably need a goal after half time. It's 112 to 2 points at the moment, so they are going to need that. And be interested to see what Roscommon does with James Caniff. Will they leave him inside the edge of the square, because he is very dangerous and he'd probably look to get another goal as well. But you would hope Armagh will definitely come back a little bit. I've no doubt they will. And there's some very nice players. Physically, Roscommon are a little bit bigger than them, and it's probably standing to them as well.
Okay, Henry, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the game.
Thank you very much, Liam. Thank you.
Henry Shefflin, of course, of Bank of Ireland, and the former Kilkenny hurling great as well. And we are, of course, streaming games 1, 2 and 3 live here today from Netwatch Cullen Park, and games 4 and 5 will go out at 9 o'clock on GA Now tonight. So it will be recorded as live and will go out as live, but in a delayed way. Killian Whelan, our match commentator, is going to join us. We're going to look at some of the highlights from the first half as well too. So Killian, there was some goal-mouth drama at both ends. Armagh didn't get a bit of luck though. We're going to look first of all, I think, at this is the point from the right wing that was a beautiful very tight angle, beautifully executed. Roscommon got lots of good scores.
Yeah, Roscommon took it well. They seem to have some very good stickmen, you'd have to say. You know, Oisin Kelly really came into his own there in the last couple of minutes, and he took some fine scores. Caniff, though, you know, the goal opportunity that came up for him, took it very, very well. Ball was, you know, sent down, high ball in, and, you know, he lovely little sidestep, was able to shorten the hurl and was able to knock it to the back of the net. You know, so there have been some very, very good point scoring, but just, I think, stickmanship, Liam, has been very good from a Roscommon point of view.
Henry felt that the breeze was a big factor in Roscommon, probably putting Caniff in at the edge of the square as well too. He has done huge damage in there. I think this is the goal.
Yeah, long ball in, and as you can see, in behind his man, and was able to turn inside, sidestep the keeper and put the ball to the back of the net. You know, the breeze is significant, Liam, there's no doubt about that. We saw that when we were down on the field just before the game, and they seem to use that. He seems to be a man that's well able, even though he was given obviously a few inches there in stature to the full back, he was able to, you know, good hand, able to step inside then and take the goal well.
Yes, I think this might be the goal again. We're going to see it coming in again. Caniff got in behind the defender, did well to hold his footing as well too. He was under a bit of pressure. He had to catch the ball, turn, and get his shot off as well. Great boost for Roscommon. I suppose Roscommon, I think you said at the start, Armagh have not played a national final before. Roscommon, a more experienced, probably a better known hurling county with the number of very good clubs. They'll be very happy at half time. It's a big event for Roscommon to be in this final, and they'll be very happy at this stage. Yeah,
well, you know, Roscommon were a team, you know, maybe 20 years ago, Liam, that were able to challenge in Connacht, Galway. You know, they were able to give Galway a game. You know, they have slipped back, but you know, they have been dealing down maybe in the lower reaches of you know, the Nicky Rackard and so forth, and probably need to get back up to the Christy Ring Cup level and maybe be competitive there. And maybe there's something brewing in some ways, because there's some lovely stick work there. The only, I suppose, issue for Roscommon is there, like in hurling in most of these, let's say, in inverted commas, weaker counties, is that they're dealing off a very small pocket. But as Offaly proved over the years, small pockets can work too, you know. So I just like their stick work. They're very confident on the ball, and you know, in the likes of Oisin Kelly and James Caniff there, they've definitely two men who are well able to, you know, utilise the skills of the game and take the scores.
Who else has impressed you there?
I'd be quite happy as well with the level of Jack Lohan and Matthew Comfort, what they've done. Tracy and Gannon have done well at the middle of the field when it has suited. And Murray, you know, he definitely is a goal poacher, and I think maybe there's a goal still in him. He probably could have taken a couple of points for some of the opportunities that he took, but he got a lovely one out here on the right hand side as well, midway through that first half. But you know, they're kind of guys that have stood out. But Armagh, they have their competitors as well. But Fionn Donnelly, what a goal that would have been. I hope we can call up maybe that opportunity. He had to maybe take it in a rush.
We're going to get one of the goal chances now. Anyway, this is the one, I think, isn't it?
He comes forward on it, yeah, with McKerney, who's a younger brother of Connor that plays on the senior team, and he had to shoot from about 22 yards out. What a goal that would have been, because he had the goalkeeper at full stretch, and I even saw Liam Sheedy jump up here. He thought,
you can see it again here too, actually. Yes.
You know, a lovely little bit of interplay.
Bit of space.
Yeah. But with the Armagh defender coming out, no, he could have maybe sidestepped the Armagh defender, but he probably saw an opportunity to go for it. And look, Liam, it was only fizzing past the post.
Yes, we have another Armagh goal chance as well, of course, the one that nobody really knows who kept it out of the net. It was all, this is it, I think, actually.
Yeah, it was kind of flicked across the goal. The goalkeeper came out, Donnelly came out and flicked it out, and the scenario then it was flicked back inside, and one of his defenders just happened to be on the line. As you can see, the long ball coming in from Donnelly again, dropped short because of the breeze. Adam Donnelly flicked the ball out. Lovely little flick back inside, wasn't it?
Probably thought he was nearer the goal though, did he?
Probably thought, and then but it was a shot still came in and it was taken off the line by one of the defenders as well. So the Roscommon goal for a couple of minutes there lived a bit of a charmed life, and you'd have to say they got out of jail, and a bit maybe like the All Blacks this morning, withstood a bit of the pressure. Ball went down the field, and Oisin Kelly all of a sudden came into his own and hit 3 points in the last few minutes.
Tell me, Killian, as a commentator working on the Celtic Challenge, there are different scenarios in terms of interchange players. Did teams use them that much?
Not a whole lot of it seemed there in the first half, and again, as we appeal to people, I suppose you're often keeping an eye on subs in a game where it's not interchange to see about them making a difference. But some guys could be released in for a couple of minutes, might have to cover an injury or something like that, and then they're released back off the field. As you said, they can use up to 10.5, Liam. We didn't see too much of it there in that first half. Maybe we're going to see a little bit more of it now in the second half. Maybe Roscommon will just throw off the shackles that little bit and maybe utilise their bench a bit more. That could be an opportunity for Armagh to, with the breeze behind them, to try and get into this game. But you really would feel now with 1-12 to 2 points, Armagh are going to need a goal very early in this second half.
Yes, that was Henry's point as well. I think the breeze is rising a bit actually, Killing, as we're standing here. It's a lovely balmy day actually. We could easily be here, we could be in the Costa del Sol, let alone in Ireland today. But Armagh will need everything going their way. 1-12 to 2 points. It's a sizable lead, and also to only score 2 points, I suppose, is a bit of a downer for them as well. Yeah,
and you'd have to feel that the opening 5-6 minutes they were confining Roscommon, but Roscommon have been able to push up on the Armagh half forward line, and that's caused problems itself. But the thing would be, and it was utilised by Fintan trying to get through there for that goal opportunity, was that there's space in behind, but they didn't utilise it that well in the first half. You'd imagine Roscommon might use that a bit better here in the second half, but not being from too far away from this field, Liam, originally, I know when the wind blows down off the Collection Hills into the Dublin Road in here in Carlow, that's a significant enough breeze, and that Roscommon will have to batten down the hatches, I'd imagine, here in the second half a little bit, but Armagh are going to have to utilise that wind very, very much in the second half here.
There you saw them there, the 5 cups being played for here today, and there they are again. Of course, all of the cups are named after people who lost their lives in Bloody Sunday in Croke Park. So it's a very fitting way to remember those people, innocent people killed going about their business, watching a game, and they're being remembered here today. Armagh and Roscommon, as we said, it's the first game of the 5 we have here. The current Michael Feery, I think one of the sides coming back out. There's Roscommon, they get a big cheer. Their supporters will be very happy, as Killian has said, with the way they've played in that first half. They utilised James Kniff right in near goal, put ball in on top of him. But it's not just Route 1 either. They got some lovely scores from the flanks as well. Yeah, well, that's what I say. Going back to their skillmanship on the hurl, they've been very well able to take the ball into challenges and get out to the far side of it. Lovely little pop passes as well and interchange of play. I still fancy Roscommon are going to take this title because they just seem to be the better men under pressure and on the ball. Okay, we're going to let you go back to your commentary position. I'm going to call in Mike Finnerty here for a second. He's our match commentator in the second game, and we're waiting on Armagh to come back out onto the field. They'll be here in a few moments. And Mike Finnerty, of course, well known from Sky Sports and various other outlets as well. Mike, you're here to do games 2 and 3, and I know you've been enjoying the first half there. Roscommon playing some great hurling.
Yeah, and I just heard yourself and Killian talking about it, Liam. The conditions are absolutely beautiful here. It's 22 degrees in the shade. There's a bit of a breeze, all right, which is going to play, I suppose, puck with forwards in particular in the second half down here in this half of the field. But yeah, conditions are perfect. And the more I read during the week about the Celtic Challenge, and the more I found out about the earlier rounds of it, the more excited I get, because the principles and the beliefs, I suppose, behind this whole tournament, this whole competition, it's what it's all about. And I'm really looking forward to the rest of the day of 4 great games coming up, and hopefully we'll get a game in the second half as well. Armagh have a bit of work to do, of course, but let's hope they get off to a good start.
Okay, Mike, thank you very much. There you see them, the Armagh men come back out onto the field. We go back to our match commentator, Killian Whelan.
Thanks indeed to Liam Horn, and Liam will be with you throughout the rest of the afternoon, and you heard there from Mike Finnerty, who will be our commentator for the game at 2:20. between Down and Dublin Plunkett, and also the game between Antrim and North Cork at 4 o'clock. And Rob Murphy will be along then with the delayed coverage, the 5:40 game between Galway Maroon and South Tipperary, and Carlow and Limerick at 7:30. But Armagh and Roscommon getting things up and running here. Expect a little bit of a fight now in the Archer County men, but it's the Primrose and Blue that are in control here at 112 to 2 points. And the Armagh men, quite a young team. I talked to some of their mentors telling me that next year they expect a lot out of this side, as ball is knocked in there by Armagh. Early opportunity, but it's gone out to the left and wide. 112 to 2 then. 3 wides Armagh had in that first half, and they already have one here in the second. Needing something to work out for them now, as puck out comes from Adam Donnelly. His brother is full back Jack. And trying to get a kick on this now, Dermot Tracy. The Armagh crowd not happy there with that concession of the free. They thought maybe that their man was being fouled, but it is going to be a free in for Roscommon. Breeze picking up here significantly, so I don't expect Matthew Comfort, unless he plays this with a low enough trajectory, to get this over the bar. But maybe let's not put him off yet. The Pádraig Pearse's man already has a point from play as he comes up to this then. And senses he actually got a great hit on it, but has it gone in around the post? The umpire says no. So that's 9 wides now for Roscommon, and in a closer game they could be significant, but it remains on the scoreboard 112 to 2. We heard from Liam Sheedy, Henry Shefflin already. You see Martin Fogarty down in front of us here, of course, big man now in the GA in the game's development. Ball comes in on the left hand side, does strike there from Armagh. That ball has gone over the bar. Conor Renahan, the Love Derrick man, lovely score from a very tight angle over on the far side, makes it 112 to 3 here, and it's just what was needed by Armagh. Probably needing a goal though in the next 5 minutes, you would feel, if they're to trouble this score, as Armagh now cut that ball out, and charging forward on it is Oisin Richards. Ball is inside, but Adam Donnelly, who didn't have a whole lot to do in the first half, has touched the ball an awful lot now in the last couple of minutes, and chance here might work out now for Armagh, maybe to take the score. Tiernan O'Neill knocking it long and knocking it over the bar. That's a good score, good response there from, I should say, Fionn Donnelly. It was Tiernan O'Neill that played him in the pass, and Fionn Donnelly with the score, making it 113 to 4 points. Ball breaks now, and bit of a fight in the Archer County men, looking to get on this ball and knock it up along the wing. Ground hurling at its finest with Oisin Hughes. Chance again coming from Fionn Donnelly, knocking it long and high and over the bar. That's one of the best scores of the game. Let fly from 65 metres out. He's got 2 in about a minute, and a little bit of a go here now in the Armagh men. They are now to 5 points. So opportunity over on the far side for Armagh to get back into this. So ball sent inside, knocked down by Roscommon, but Armagh might be in there. Trying to get it up onto the hurl was the number 17, Kieran Donnelly, but the ball has been knocked out here. Shot at the post coming in from the man wearing number 11, Stephen McKerney, and McKerney's put that ball over the bar. And the Armagh crowd happy now that there's a bit of a fight here. They've hit 4 points in the opening 4 minutes. Puck out comes, and again has been turned over by Armagh. It's a bit of a pep in their step now as the ball is knocked in, but a bit of a loose pass there from McKerney, and it's been cut out by Roscommon. A chance maybe to give them to move with Michael Kelly. Kelly though has been hassled and harried, and he's not been able to get this ball up on the stick. Gives the ball inside. Armagh swarming in numbers now. A little bit of confidence creeping in. Looking to get the ball forward, but a bit of a loose ball there. And Jack Lohan has time to maybe look into the corner. Armagh man hits the deck, no foul, and Caniff now has a bit of acreage in front of him if he wants, dropping the ball in. It should be the keepers to deal with. He decides to let it bounce and bounce out to the left and wide. Roscommon still with no score in this second half. 112 to 6 points it is. Puck out comes. And trying to win it are Roscommon, and they've turned it over. Paddy Gannon knocking it long, and a lovely little flick down there. Could work out, but Armagh deal with it quickly. And Oisin Keenan, the captain and a minor panellist this year, tried to get clear, and he eventually then, after losing the ball, in fairness, gets up and blocks down Andrew Flood. Armagh looking to come out with it, but the referee says there was a foul there. An opportunity for Roscommon to get their first score of the game. So, chance here then for Oisin Kelly. So, Kelly, who's already got 6 points, puts that ball up and over the bar. That makes it now 1-13. Scored here in the ground is showing wrong, but we're tracking it here at 1-13 to 6 points as the ball breaks for Roscommon again, and maybe they've lifted a bit of a siege now that Armagh came out with. Definitely the message relayed at half time to maybe just go for broke here a little bit, Armagh, and have won that ball back, dropping it in. This could be dangerous now. Opportunity maybe to work something, or they're just going to take the score. They popped it up and over the bar. That's a lovely score there. Sean Oak McGuinness turned well, maybe could have advanced on it and tried to trouble, but they're taking their scores and seeing what happens. And that brings them on to 7 points. 113 to 7. And umpire has called the referee's attention, has he, to something? They're having a bit of a conversation, don't know what that was about, but I think maybe he's had a word to see. They're checking the scoreboard, actually. I think that's what they're at. And just to be right here, but we have it at 113 to 7, and I'm happy enough with that. Roscommon have only got 1 point in this second half. So just checking on that as Roscommon introduce the interchange player. And it looks like Dean Conlon, the Roscommon Gales man, is in. So still debating over the score, but we're going to be happy with the one we have anyway. So chance anyway for Roscommon. Oisin Kelly now looking to flick it inside. Ball breaks. And it is Armagh that are dealing with it here. Looking to break out with it and get it. The hand on it is the number 5, Oisin Richards. Richards knocking it long. Looking to spin off here now. Opportunity might knock here for Armagh a little bit. Conor Renahan blocked down though by the primrose and blue jersey of number 5, Jack Lohan. Looking to come out. Bit of football skills being shown there by the Roscommon Gales man. He gives it to the other wing back, Matthew Comfort. Comfort from distance. Pulls it out to the right and wide. Wide, number 3 in this second half for Roscommon. And it remains 113 to 7. 8.5 minutes gone. Ball down along the far side now with Roscommon looking to deal with it. Armagh effectively back in this game. 9-point lead, not hugely significant now, having made some inroads from the halftime score of 112 to 2. Long distance again from Donnelly. Fionton has put that ball over the bar. He's on fire in the second half. 3 in the 9 minutes of the second half. He's got the Love Darrick man leading the way here at the moment. Fine score from distance again. And Roscommon struggling with that breeze at the moment, and it is significant, and we did say it has picked up. So Armagh taking a bit of a fight now. They look like Armagh, they're going to introduce a couple of players. As we said, interchange, it can happen once the break of play, and you can use 10 per half. It gives an opportunity for all panel members to get on the field of play, as Tiernan O'Neill then knocks his ball in now. Opportunity here now maybe for Armagh again. Looking to spin inside. Chasing the target. Oh, it's still a 1-on-1 opportunity. Stepping outside the keeper, flicking it across. You just wonder why the shot wasn't taken. Chance then comes back outside and it's over the bar. Chance may have gone a begging for the goal, but they've turned and put it over the bar, and it's the number 10 this time. Oisin Hughes has got the score, and Armagh are back in this game here at 113 to 9 points. Armagh introducing a couple of subs. Number 16 and 18 coming into the field of play. We see Darren Murphy has been replaced. He's son of Garrod, the selector on the Armagh team. So can't accuse the management team of nepotism anyway. He's done his bit and he has been replaced. But Armagh definitely making a fight back at this. So also off was number 15 is Armagh now. Have an opportunity. He's a man over if they want to have a shot. Ball is put over the bar. Oh, there could have been a chance there, and all of a sudden Armagh are eating up this Roscommon defence, and there could have been an opportunity to get another a shot at goal there. And Armagh, I hope these chances don't come back to haunt them. But that ball, fine score that went over, and it makes them 10 points now, and it's in the melting pot here. There's no doubt about it. There's still 19 minutes of play remaining. Roscommon are struggling to get their hands on the ball. That last point there coming from Oisin Hughes. He's got 2 in the second half, and now all of a sudden Armagh with a huge fight back. 8 points they've hit in 11 and a half minutes. Ball is knocked long. Roscommon struggling to deal with it. Ball breaks, but Roscommon looking to come out. Referee says there was a foul. He allowed advantage, and the foul has been called back, and a chance here for maybe Fionn Donnelly to have a shot at the post, and this would make it a 5-point game. So a chance for Armagh to narrow the gap even closer. Scoreboard has been changed here correctly. So that ball goes up and over the bar, and that's a fine effort, and that makes Fionn Donnelly has got 4 points in the second half. That's 6 in all, and it's 113 to 11, a 5-point game. And we're right on all scoreboards here now, which is good to see. So no confusion now with the way this game is going and it getting tight. The last thing you'd want is the scoreboard to be wrong. Ball breaks off a Roscommon hand. Matthew Comfort trying to get on it, but definitely the bit between the teeth now of Oisin Hughes. Hughes playing the ball forward. Armagh looking to get on it. That looked like a foul. The hurl was pulled back there of number 17, Kieran Donnelly. But the referee allows the play to continue, and it's Oisin Kelly. Hasn't been on the ball a whole lot in the opening 13 minutes of this second half. Trying to get something out of it for Roscommon though. Heading backwards towards his own goal is Dara Hartnett. Got to be careful. Ball looked to be blocked down as he was getting the ball forward here. Picked up by Nathan Crampton. Crampton though has lost the ball, and it's a crossfield ball now. Looking for something to come out of it here for Roscommon. Ball might break. Luckily taken away there on the stick. Trying to get in there is Tiernan O'Neill. O'Neill goes down in the ball and comes out with it. The luminous green boots, and he's shining here in Netwatch Cullen Park at the moment. Ball knocked long. The Armagh forwards didn't react to that though, and it's going to be cut out there by Roscommon's Fergal Hoare. Hoare knocking the ball long, but it's all about orange and white at the moment. Shot from distance coming in from Oisin Hughes. Has he put it between the posts? No, he's pulled it to the left and wide. You'd have to say Armagh have been more economical. They've only hit 5 wides. Roscommon have hit 11. On the scoreboard, this is game on here. It was 112 to 2 at half time. So 9 points Armagh have hit in 14 minutes of this second half to 1 point from Roscommon. And Roscommon struggling to get on the ball here. And it's just a little bit of fight in Armagh. And it's good to see that they come out and through the kitchen sink at Roscommon here. Don't forget, coming up at 2:20, Down and Dublin Plunkett will be live here with us. It's for the Corn William Robinson, and at 4 o'clock we'll have the Corn John Scott, which is Antrim and North Cork. Those are our remaining live games. And then going out at 9 o'clock this evening, we'll have the Galway Maroon versus South Tipperary, the Corn Michael Hogan. That's at 5:40 throw-in time, and at 7:30 it's Carlow and Limerick. Rob Murphy will be commentator on both of those, but due to TV coverage we won't be able to bring those live, but they will be going out at 9 o'clock. So opportunity for maybe some highlights so far. Lovely point here taken by Armagh that really embodied this second half fight back, but the Roscommon player is still prostrate on the ground. Some lovely Armagh scores. Here was the goal opportunity, stepping inside, thought maybe that ball could have been laid off there. Oisin Murphy, lovely bit of skill, and Sean McGuinness was just a feet away from the goal line. Again, just Armagh all of a sudden have stepped up to the plate, and some lovely long range scores. They're using the wind to their advantage and putting the ball over the bar. Some lovely stick work, as the worries about the Roscommon man don't look like they want to take him off. And I thought that was the whole method of this competition, that there wouldn't be any delays as such and interchange the player and maybe even get him back on, but they're maybe just taking the time because it could be serious enough injury. And I think it may be Jack Donnelly. So we are going to have a little bit of stoppage time at the end, and this might help Roscommon in a way because it's taken the fizz out of the Armagh attack. Armagh doing so well. And the Armagh crowd now urging the referee to get on with it, but I think if the player has a head injury or anything like that, they're going to have to be very, very careful with him. And he's taking his time getting to his feet, but he was on the ground a good while. And he's up anyway and going again. Full back there, Jack Donnelly. His brother is Adam in the goal. Two big men, I have to say. So something in the water in Four Roads, or in the Donnelly household anyway. So referee then allowing the play to get going again, but we've lost a couple of minutes there, and that'll all be added on, I'm sure. But 113 to 11 points. Armagh outscoring Roscommon 9 points to 1 in the opening quarter here, as Armagh are on this ball again with Oran Doyle now, the Love Derrick man. Love Derrick, of course, number of players on this team, and one standout man is Fionn Donnelly. Donnelly's already hit 4 points in this second half, 6 in total. Oisin Hughes also chipping in with 2 points. Steve McKierney, Conor Renahan and Sean McGuinness, they're the men that have stepped up in this second half for a few fine scores. So sideline cut over on the far side. Roscommon needing something to happen for them, but some of their key men now not in the game at the moment here is trying to come forward with the ball is Donnelly, but it's somehow taken out of his grasp, and Roscommon double on it now, getting it forward now. Oisin Kelly getting on this ball, standing about 60 metres out, looking to play an intelligent low ball into one of his forwards. Ball opportunity might work out. Referee says that's going to be a foul, is it? And a bit harsh there in some ways maybe, but Caniff used his body well, knows that his team need a score badly, and he probably just pulled up a little bit and allowed the contact to come from Dara Harnett, and once he felt the weight of him, he was able to hit the deck, and the referee gave the free in. Number of men now getting rehydrated because conditions here, I have to say, a balmy day in Dr. Cullen Park. Sun bedecking the whole pitch, and the breeze still significant enough though down into the Dublin Road end here, as we wait on the attention for Dara Harnett. And I think he just went over on his ankle there as he made contact with Caniff, James Caniff, who got a goal and 3 points in the opening 15 minutes of the first half. Haven't seen a whole lot of him since. Armagh seem to have dealt with him, but well, opportunity here now for Oisin Kelly to get his first point of the second half, and he's lifted the siege that little bit, and it's a free there from Oisin Kelly, who scored 6 points in the first half, 4 of them coming from place balls, and that might help Roscommon to get going here again. 114 then 2-11. Ball is knocked down the far side, and trying to get on it for Armagh is Stephen McKerney, the younger brother of senior player Connor. and he's looking to get inside, being surrounded up by Roscommon men, and Roscommon send it back up the field, landing around the halfway line, but again trying to get on is Fionn Donnelly, and the referee, or I should actually say it was Oisin Keenan there, the captain, and he has been fouled, says the referee, and it's a chance now for Fionn Donnelly to split the post at the Dublin Road end here. So he sends that nice and high, and he definitely has the radar on today anyway, Fionn Donnelly. That's 2 frees in a row for him, and he's hit 5 points in this second half to bring Armagh on to 12 points. That's some scoring in fairness to Armagh. They've hit 10 points in this second half, all of about 17 minutes of play, even though it's 20 minutes on the clock will be added on. Time will be added on at the end for that injury to the Roscommon fullback Jack Donnelly. But on the ball now are Roscommon, and it's Matthew Comfort looking inside. Has the fight gone over Armagh that little bit? Are Roscommon coming back into this game? Well, Armagh have won that ball and looking to come out with it, and that was a bit of a challenge from the side there, and eventually the referee was allowing a bit of advantage in fairness to Richie Fitzsimons, and it's well played there by Shane O'Hagan. And stepping in now and causing a bit of a nuisance is Andrew Flood, and he's just been told to get away, and this ball is going to be sent on its way by the captain of Armagh, Oisin Keenan, minor panellist this year. Of course, this competition for 16 and 17 year olds who are not involved in state exams, and I think we're going to be seeing Oisin Keenan a lot in senior hurling for Armagh. Big strapping man, knocks the ball long, probably didn't get the distance on it that he expected, but Armagh could have had that under control, but it's Oisin Kelly getting back there and helping out his defenders, trying to get that ball clear, but he's well blocked down there and being tracked all the way by Fionn Donnelly. But it's Roscommon that relieved the clearance, but getting in there and winning that ball back. Tiernan O'Neill has really come into this game in the second half. He could have a chance to double on it here. Dropping this ball in, it's tailed out to the left and wide. That's a chance kind of begging for Armagh away with about 10 minutes of play remaining. Could have done with another score there, because they've scores have dried up maybe, I suppose, in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Coming in there for Armagh, Cian Laverty. He's the only man from Lurgan on this panel from the Sean Tracy's club. Cian Laverty likes to pop in with the odd goal, I believe, as well. But he replaces number 4, Nathan Crampton. Numbers mean nothing, of course. These guys could end up anywhere, as is embodied by Cian Murray, back helping out at the moment, knocking the ball long, but looks like he's going to win this ball is Oisin Keenan. One of a number of Oisins on the team, but doubling on that and sending it back in is Jack Lohan after that Armagh clearance. But Armagh look to have knocked this ball down, could work out now. Roscommon had an opportunity there to get that ball up with Cian Murray. Armagh have it in control though with Tiernan O'Neill, bit of a loose pass, but using his body well there to maintain possession. Conor Renahan getting away from the attentions of Corbett. Still going is Renahan, crossing the line now over the 45, nearly hitting the 20. This would be a fine score if he could drop it in. He's dropped it out to the left and wide. That's a poor effort, you'd have to say, after going that distance, and I think he just ran out of juice after covering that yardage, and he maybe just needed to play it off with a simpler pass. But chance gone a begging. Has clouded over here a little bit, but no threat of rain. Normally the rain blows in here off the Collection Hills up to my left hand side, and they not covered by any rain cloud or anything at the moment, so don't think there'll be that threat there today. As ball breaks now from in favour of Armagh here. Interchange of passes. Oisin Hughes giving it off to Oisin Richards, and Richards hit the deck. Armagh crowd reckoned that was an unfair challenge. Richie Fitzsimons, the referee, though, didn't see anything wrong with it. And urging on now, Oisin Hughes. Hughes flicking the ball inside. Chance here for Fionn Donnelly. Donnelly, it's up. It's over the bar. Fionn Donnelly, even after the scenario there where chances were kind of begging from the referee, maybe when the Armagh crowd thought they deserved the free in, he was able to get back up on it there and put that ball over the bar. So 114 to 13 points. It's game on, no doubt about it. Only 4 points in the difference. Oisin Kelly trying to get in on this ball that was sent in by the number 15 Keane Murray. Has to come back out around the house a bit. Loose pass though there by Roscommon. Roscommon have only hit 2 points in this second half, but they've got the possession back. Lovely bit of play there. Looked like our Armagh man was tripped as he went to go for that ball. Referee allowed it to play on though, as looking to come inside now. Looked to have overstepped the ball, Andrew Flood, and he's robbed of the ball there. All of a sudden coming into this game very, very well and showing a real leadership part is Fintan Donnelly, but that ball has been taken away by Roscommon again, and it's sent in by Jack Lohan. Lohan, ball is knocked down. Roscommon could get on this. They badly need a score, just any score at all. Ball is flicked in and over the bar. Intelligent play there, you'd have to say, by Keane Murray. Has put that ball over the bar. And chance at 1:15-13 for Roscommon, maybe needing to get down the field now, and maybe with could be about 8 minutes of play remaining, need to think about goals. So sideline cut for the number 10, Oisin Hughes. Clearance from the Roscommon backs there, looking to get in there and maybe help out was Corbett. Corbett though loses the ball, sent back in by Tiernan O'Neill. Ball is bopping around here, needing for something to happen. Looked like there could have been a thoughts there of a free in, but the referee allowing the play to continue. Stepping back off the play a little bit. Here's a chance. Armagh. Oh, looking to take a shot there. Looked to have come straight through the Armagh man. Tiernan O'Neill was the full back. Armagh still have it, and the referee has called a halt to the play. Oh, I have to say, Jack Donnelly chancing himself there. He dived in and took the feet, I thought, of the Armagh number 9, Tiernan O'Neill. But nothing accruing. The referee has called a halt to the play, and I can't see where he'll award the free. It'll be a throw ball. Fintan Donnelly has got to his feet there, after I have to say in some ways being taken out of it. I'm going to be interested to see now what the referee does. I'd imagine it's going to be just a throw ball. So we'll have a look at some of the highlights here for Armagh in this second half. That's a lovely score from Fintan Donnelly. He's been, I think, the real standout guy on the field here today. Has taken some lovely scores, and that move with himself and Oisin Hughes, lovely score to put the ball over the bar. Armagh really have taken some great scores here this afternoon. Getting inside, this was a goal opportunity. He was tapped over the bar eventually, but I think if he had looked up and saw the opportunity inside, it could have been something bigger. Another stoppage now, as we said, and this man is in big butters, Jack Donnelly. Donnelly was down already with, I think, a bit of a head injury, and now this time it's his down lower leg. But the reason he has the lower leg injury was the way he dived in on, you'd have to say, Fintan Donnelly. And that should have been a free in, I would have thought, on the 20-metre line, and probably could have even been bordering, troubling on the penalty. But Richie Fitzsimons didn't see anything wrong with it, but it's going to be a throw ball. But I think Jack Donnelly could be a lucky man that he doesn't have a card for his name. Again, here was an opportunity for a goal for Armagh, and that's the only thing that might come back to haunt them, is that they've had two good goal opportunities, and they didn't take them, especially when they were on top. The second quarter of this second half hasn't gone that well for Armagh, I suppose, because it's been a little bit bitty when you consider that they hit 9 points in the opening 14 minutes of the game, and that brought them on to 11. They've only got 2 in the last 10 minutes, but that's because the game has been a bit sporadic with a few stoppages. Now, a Roscommon man has been lifted off the field, but he's not Donnelly, and the referee throws the ball in, and Roscommon have a chance to come out. So Armagh, I think, can feel aggrieved that they didn't get a free in originally, and they're not overly happy now with Richie Fitzsimons in the last quarter thereabouts. and Roscommon men gone down. And there was a bit of an off-the-ball incident, and I don't know whether we picked it up on camera. There's a Roscommon man down getting stretched at the moment, which I don't think referee can stop a game for. And that's what the Armagh crowd are probably a bit incensed by, and that there should have been a free into them. But rightly, there was a free, I think, given out because there was a pull of the jersey. But there was an off-the-ball incident happened, and a Roscommon man went down, and it's in around the face area. And I don't know whether there was a bit of an illegal action by an Armagh player or whether this is just a man playing for time here. The referee has told him to get up or get off the field because neither he or the umpire saw nothing, and the player is not happy. That's Luke Corbett. He threw the bottle away, and well, if something happened off the ball, I can understand why he's unhappy, but when the officials saw nothing, they reckon maybe he's playing for a bit of time here, and we're now in additional time, and I reckon we could have went up to 5 minutes here as ball is knocked long by Roscommon's Eddie Campbell. Armagh looking to deal with it here, but the linesman official on this side says that it's a sideline ball to Roscommon, and at 1:15 to 13, Armagh, in fairness to them, have made a good fight of this in the second half. Roscommon only getting 3 points. Armagh have hit all of 11, but that goal is proving to be the difference here as such. It is a 5-point game, but Roscommon took the goal chance that they got. Armagh could have had 3 or 4. Ball is knocked in, but it's Armagh that looked to deal with it and get this ball out. Going to be taken out on the stick and control well by Kane Laverty, but he's been robbed of it. Roscommon coming forward, going to be an opportunity to shoot. Andrew Flood, back of the net from Andrew Flood, and that's it. Done and dusted, you would feel. It's a goal that Armagh needed at the other end. Here, let's look at how it was. Laverty was robbed of the ball, getting inside then, and it's a shot from a tight angle. Not a whole lot that Adam Murtagh could do about it, and the ball to the back of the net. That's the difference. Roscommon took their goal chances when they came. Armagh didn't. And despite the fight back in the second half now, that unfortunately for Armagh is the game done and dusted at 2:15 to 13 points, you would feel, unless they can cough up some onion bag netter themselves as trying to get forward on the ball there were Armagh, but the referee says that was an illegal challenge, and it's going to be an opportunity to send this ball over the bar as Roscommon bring in Dwayne Martin, the St. Dominic's man. He's going in there as free for Armagh then. There's a scuffle happening out in the middle of the field. A few mentors getting in to try and divide the players, and the linesman having to go in as well. Referee is coming back now to see does he need to talk to anybody, but I think the linesman is happy that things have been settled. But there's mentors on the field that probably shouldn't be on the field either. I know they had to break up the row, but by staying on the field too long, they kind of can add to it a little bit. But 2:15 to 13 points. Ball has to be sent in across the goal. Ball is an opportunity. Shot blocked down there. Still there, but Roscommon look to have cleared it, and that they have. It's gone out over the sideline, and it's going to be a sideline cut for Armagh. But at this moment in time now, they need these balls going in around the goal. Ball is sent in, but wasn't really caught well there by their number 12, Conor Renahan, and it's been cleared by Roscommon. 33 minutes gone. Ball towards Caniff. Hasn't been in the game a whole lot in the second half, but here's a man that's lifting the siege a little bit is Andrew Flood. Flood looking to get forward. The referee says there was a pull in the jersey, and there's also something else happened. There was a bit of afters there a little bit, I think, as well. He's gone down holding his head, but also the number 6, Oisin Keenan, is holding his hand. And obviously close quarters there. I didn't really see it. I was just watching to see where the ball would come out of it. And Andrew Flood, have to say, has stepped up in the last 10 minutes or thereabouts, and has been on a few balls that have allowed maybe take some of the pressure off his defensive unit. But it has gone scrappy. The last quarter, unfortunately, has gone very scrappy with Armagh having played such free-flowing hurling in the opening quarter. It's probably not their fault, but I think the injury to Jack Donnelly took the pep out of their step that little bit, and they've really struggled to get going again here in the second quarter. So we're just waiting on the injury to be sorted out. So here's the goal again. Laverty just dwelled on it a little bit too long, and the goal knocked to the back of the net, expertly taken by the man who's down injured at the moment. And
Can't I go in front now this time?
Andrew Flood, who got onto that ball, you'd have to say, and just Laverty dwelled on it just a little bit long when it needed to be heading down the field, and squeezed it in from a very tight angle. It did, Andrew Flood. And a yellow card there given to the number 6 for Armagh, Oisin Keenan, the captain. And the referee is deciding that it's going to be a throw ball. So kicking on now, a lot of additional time. Don't imagine there'll be too much longer, but getting in there well and flicking the ball on. Tiernan O'Neill, one last chance maybe for Armagh to get something out of this game. Conor Renahan down along the far side needs to knock this in around the house, but he's well tackled back and tracked back there by Matthew Comfort, and Comfort hooked him just at the right time, and that ball went out over the sideline. 2:15 to 13 points then. Roscommon won't be overly impressed by their second half performance, but well, they weathered the storm that Armagh brought to them in the opening quarter. Armagh scoring 9 points in that opening quarter. Came out really all guns blazing at half time as the ball goes through a few Armagh hands there, but it's been flicked on. Chance maybe to come forward here now with Cian Laverty. Leaves it behind him a little bit. Roscommon trying to get on this ball with the number 8, Dermot Tracy, but he's been hooshed off it, and the ref trying to give the free in eventually after advantage there, and Roscommon have to get back now in numbers, and Armagh get this in around the house here. Don't forget, coming up, Mike Finnerty is on commentary of the Corn William Robinson. That's due to throw in at 2:20, and that's between Down and Dublin Plunkett, and that's probably going to be delayed now a little bit, I would imagine, and that'll be followed by Antrim and North Cork as the ball is knocked in there by Donnelly. Shot, and it's gone over the bar. Armagh sending that over the bar there through Sean Og McGuinness, and that brings their score on to 14. Was their first score now in about 15 minutes, unfortunately, as the ball comes out, and that's it. Game over. Game over. Roscommon 2-15, Armagh 14 points at half time. It was 112 to 2, and Armagh came out with a big fight back, you'd have to say, in that opening quarter, hitting 9 points and really putting it up to Roscommon and narrowing the gap to 4 points at one stage. But they had 2 goal opportunities that they didn't take, and the goal opportunities that created today by Roscommon they did, and the vital one was of course taken by Andrew Flood, who came into the game in the last quarter, got onto a break after Laverty dwelled on the ball a little bit too long, and that was the game sealer when he knocked the ball to the back of the net. So Roscommon victorious here in our first Celtic Challenge Cup final here this afternoon for Corn. Michael Feery, it's heading its way to Roscommon. They've defeated here Armagh on a full-time scoreline of 2-15 to 14 points. It's down to Liam Horn.
Thank you very much, Killian, who's going to join me now in the commentary box, or in the analysis box as well. 2-15 to 14 points, as Killian has said. Roscommon the victors, and clear victors as well, despite a very good rally by Armagh in the second half. And we are now going to have the presentation of the cup to the victorious Roscommon captain. Before we do that, though, just to chew over the bones a little bit of that second half and of the game overall, I'm joined by Killian. And Killian, as you said in your commentary, Armagh did raise a very good gallop in the third quarter. Roscommon got that goal, though, and were able to settle the ship again. Yeah, that was ultimately it, Liam. You know, we'll probably see back in some of the highlights, there was 2 goal opportunities for Armagh, and I'm just thinking of the pass that went a little bit, well, I don't know whether he was trying to flick it to the net or he was trying to flick it from Oisin Murphy in towards Sean Og McGuinness, and it kind of just, it didn't work out, and it was taken away, cleared, and they did have another opportunity then when I think it was McKerney came on to the ball, and you know, he had a man inside and he could have just hand passed it, and it was a 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, and he went for the point and put it over the bar. Maybe at that stage they were probably told, look, just take your points and see what accrues, but they had Roscommon backline under severe pressure and really hit the ground running at the start of the second half. 9 points in the opening 14 minutes was a phenomenal take in that opening quarter, but then
there was just a passage of play. It got a little bit scrappy. There was an injury to the Roscommon fullback Jack Donnelly. That took a few minutes, and I think it burned out the fire as such effectively, Liam, and you know, they were struggling then to kind of get back into it again, and Roscommon just were buying a little bit of time and so forth, but they still were 4 points behind with 8 minutes to go. But when Flood got in, I thought he was immense in the last 10 minutes. When a couple of other guys maybe were struggling on their feet, he just came into it, little touches, just getting in, muscling himself around, but then he was on the break to get the goal as well, and that was curtains in.
Okay, we're going to check on the progress of the Roscommon team. They're out in the field accepting the congratulations of their supporters. The Roscommon flag is flying high out there. They're going to enjoy this one. Of course, a very important occasion, as we've said on a number of occasions already today, to be playing at this level in a national final and to be winning it as well. And despite having some dodgy moments, you could say, convincing winners as well. And they now move towards their towards the presentation area. And the Armagh players sportingly waiting on the field as well. Looking at some of the highlights from that encounter now, and of course Caniff's first half goal was a huge factor as well. It really settled them. I'm looking at our infrastructure there. I hope that large screen is going to be okay. And the breeze here, the breeze is gathering. We can see it. We can see it in our own apparatus is suffering a little bit in the breeze, and so yes, Armagh kept it going. This, I think, is the Caniff goal in the first half. We saw this at half time as well. And he did so well. Yeah.
You know, he did so well, and being able to, you know, a bigger man was able to get in behind him, probably used his body a little bit just to help him cut the ball, and then a little bit of a sidestep as well, shorten the hurley's grip, and you know, put it to the back of the net. Lovely opportunity here. I know, just kept his eye on the ball, and the goalkeeper couldn't do a whole lot about it in that scenario. So that was a good goal, but they took their goal chances. Unfortunately, Armagh didn't.
Okay, well, the presentation is starting below, and Paudie O'Neill, the chairperson of the Hurling Development Committee, will present the cup to the winning team. There is also the best and fairest competition, and the referee gets to pick the best and fairest. Killian is going to act as reporter now and keep an eye on everything that's happening there. There are the cups there. And we'll see the presentation group as well too. There we have Paudie O'Neill, the chairperson of the Hurling Development Committee. Paudie thanking Bank of Ireland and O'Neill's as sponsors, and all 32 counties involved in the Celtic Challenge, as Paudie is saying, and that's a big part of it, that it has been spread right around the country. And the best and fairest award about to be announced in the first game, one from each team, and Richie Fitzsimons is going to give the best and fairest awards for both teams. So Richie's, not often you get to see a referee on the presentation podium after a game.
Great initiative though, Liam. You know, again, it might encourage respect of the officials and everything like that as well, you know, as these guys get older, that the referee, you know, feels that these are kind of guys that you can stand out to and talk to, and, you know, respect goes both ways then, you know.
Yes, indeed. So number 11 for Armagh, Stephen McGurney is the Armagh winner. Yep. Stephen McGurney. Yep. And the other one for Roscommon, of course, who bring home the cup as well this evening, for the current Michael Feery. And James Caniff, who of course had such a huge impact, gets the best and fairest for Roscommon. So 2 individual awards for those 2 players, something they will remember their trip to Cullen, Netwatch Cullen Park by. And
those were 2 guys that you know, at different stages, you know, played a big part in their both their team's performance. Caniff, of course, had a major opening quarter. Liam wasn't really in the game in the second half, and that's probably a lot to do with the breeze and maybe, you know, the fight that Roscommon or that Armagh took. He got a goal in 3 points. That goal though was maybe a difference, especially when Armagh were trying to get a little bit close. But he went about his business fairly well out there. And Stephen McKerney, you know, didn't lick it off the road as such. His older brother Connor plays on the Armagh senior team, and you know, he fully deserves it too.
And Noel Skehan, winner of 9 All-Ireland medals with Kilkenny, presenting the medals to the losing Armagh players. Noel Skehan is before their time, but Noel Skehan is timeless, you could argue. He was understudy to the great Ollie. Well, it'll be not before your time, Killian, but he's before their time down there. And Queevany nailed there from Croke Park as well. That's Paddy O'Neill on the right hand side. He's the chairperson of the Hurling Development Committee, and that's the great Noel Skehan doing the needful on the left.
Armagh, you've got to understand though as well, Liam, you know, they were telling me they reckon this team will be a stronger team next year. You know, so they still came into their first national underage final and accounted themselves quite well. They were in the melting pot with, you know, 5 or 6 minutes to go, and they still had a shout in it. You'd have to give them great credit that, you know, for a young team, a 15-year-old goalkeeper, a lot of the guys 16 years of age, that they were able to come out here and take the fight to Roscommon in the second half. That was absolutely massive, and it shows an awful lot about their character that they were, you know, able to do that.
Yes, and they will certainly benefit from the experience. We're waiting now the presentation to the Roscommon team, who are the winners, of course. Their number 6, James Caniff, has already won their Best and Fairest award. Next up here on GA now this afternoon will be Dublin Plunkett versus Down in the next final, the Division 3 final, the William Robinson final. And you can watch that here in GA now. It's on a different link, so you got to, when we finish up on this link, you can relaunch again on GA now and watch the next game on a separate link. We have the first 3 finals live here today, and finals 4 and 5 will be streamed at 9 o'clock tonight. They will not be streamed until then, and but you can watch them as live then if you can manage to avoid finding out the result, which is becoming harder and harder these days to go a minute without knowing a result, let alone a few hours. So a very warm round of applause for the Armagh team. They've got their medals going home. Another feature as well, you don't always see in the GA getting your medals on the day.
Would it be a good initiative that's a team that's a runner-up in an All-Ireland final that they are deserving of maybe a runner-up medal? I don't know how much significant it would be.
I think they get one, but they don't get it on the day.
Yeah. Just wonder would it be something to mark the occasion at least, you know?
Yes, and the Roscommon captain is Oren Welch from Roscommon Gaels. Oren Brannock, as he has the Gaelga. And Oren Walsh, Roscommon captain, getting his hands on the cup. And there he is, a very proud moment for that young man from the Four Roads Club, I think. Or no, he's Roscommon Gaels. Roscommon Gaels from Roscommon Town. The heartland of Roscommon hurling, of course, Four Roads, Athleague, Treman, around that area. And Roscommon Gaels and Roscommon Town as well. So an All-Ireland medal going back to their club tonight. An All-Ireland Cup going back to their club tonight, I should say, as well as a medal. And Roscommon, the winners of this opening game here at Netwatch Cullen Park in the Celtic Challenge finals for 2017. Noel Skehan is presenting the medals to the Roscommon players as well. Roscommon, the victors here. And they are going to line up behind their captain as well and get their photograph taken. And we hopefully will get to speak with one of them before we finish up. We are going to the second broadcast very soon as well. And as I said, you can watch games 1, 2 and 3 live here on GA now in conjunction with localstreaming.club. And Killian, our match commentator, is going to big moments for the Roscommon players, Killian. They get to line up behind their captain. They've got medals around their necks. They've got a 9-time All-Ireland winner, Noel Skehan, there. And they have the cup going home.
Yeah, look, it's a fair opportunity for, as I said, in inverted commas, the weaker counties. You know, it's a great opportunity for some of these guys to compete at a national level, you know, come up against counties. Like, these guys got to play the Galway tribesmen who, you know, okay, they give them a significant enough beating. But, you know, they're playing against guys who, you know, they can aspire to then, you know, that their quality of hurling. And I thought on occasion their stick work was phenomenal out there. And I think ultimately that's probably what got them over the line here this afternoon. But to win a national title, you know, at 16, 17 years of age, it's maybe something that they can aspire to come up into the senior ranks.
Okay, well, we're going to leave it at that. We're going to maybe get a Roscommon player at half time in the next game. So that's our coverage from the first game wrapping up, and we're back shortly with Down versus Dublin Plunkett in the Division 3 final for the William Robinson Cup. Thank you for joining us. Back again very soon.